This vlog's gonna be a little bit different. I'm feeling a little lost. Not geographically, like I'm in Birmingham. I'm feeling a little lost mentally. And I wanted to do this vlog for two reasons, I guess. Firstly, I promise to always be honest with you guys, tell you guys when I'm not at 100%, as well as all the times I am at 100%. And secondly, because I feel like I owe it to you guys to let you know what's been going on. I imagine a few of you have noticed over the past few days I've been posting a little less, or I've been a bit quiet, so I wanted to let you guys know what's been going on, really. So yeah, I kind of have three hopes for this vlog. Firstly, that it doesn't come off as whiny and boring and depressing, and yeah, hopefully you guys get something out of it as well, and I hopefully will by just telling you guys what's going on. And secondly, hopefully that you guys understand, and especially as I'm going to be going into like two separate things, hopefully you understand where I was and where I am now. And thirdly, that my autofocus doesn't fuck me over, as it tends to do when I'm talking about serious topics. Seriously, this camera is the bane of my life. So yeah, I want to talk about two kind of stages of me feeling lost this past week. So I've spent the past week, a little bit longer than a week, but certainly this week for the most part, this past week for the most part, I'm feeling very lost. And I'll go into that a bit in a sec, a bit more about my mindset and what's been going on. And secondly, I'm now okay. Which is the most important part of this. So yeah, I've spent the past week very, very much lost, but yesterday I kind of got on top of everything, had a wonderful day, and I'll tell you guys about that as well, and then go into, I guess, where I've gone from there to where I am now, and where I'm going to be for the next, hopefully, foreseeable future. So yeah, for a little while now, I've been feeling, in limbo is probably the best word to put it, kind of stagnant. And for those who have known me for a very, very long time, the worst feeling I can ever have is stagnation, is feeling like I'm stuck or feeling in limbo. If I'm feeling super high or even super low, I'm in a more comfortable place than I am when I'm feeling stuck or kind of not sure where I am or where I'm going. So yeah, for a few weeks now, I've been feeling this way kind of creatively, mentally, a bit in limbo. And there's a few reasons for that, I'll go into it. But particularly over this past week, I've felt very, very much that way. That coupled with a few other things going on have kind of led to me kind of removing myself a little bit, going a bit quiet, not posting as much. And yeah, I'm sorry for that, first of all. But yeah, this is me explaining why and how I've kind of got through it. And I'm now in a really good place, I promise. So yeah, the reasons I'm feeling this way, the reasons I'm in this kind of limbo are multiple. So a lot of people forget my life has entirely changed in 4 or 5 months. It's not been a long time. This hasn't been a gradual thing. This hasn't been years in the making, although it has behind the scenes, but it's almost like I've been working for 5 years for the past 5 months to happen, if that makes sense. I've been working for 5 years, and all that work from 5 years has happened the results have happened in the past 5 months. So my life has completely changed really, really quickly. And for the past 4 or 5 months, however long it's been, I've been kind of so overwhelmed with everything changing that I haven't really had time to stop and think, and I've kind of just been fighting fires or riding waves or whatever it's happened to be with all these things going on until recently. So very healthy things that I put in place, things like my content schedule and the amazing mods and admins that look after you wonderful Valmonsters, and me kind of coming to grips with who I am as a cosplayer and things like that. They've all kind of settled everything down a lot more than they have been for the past 5 months, which is a great thing, obviously. I'm very, very settled in what I do now and how I do it and when I do it. But that did the dangerous thing of allowing me to get into my thoughts, which is never a good place for me to be. And yeah, I kind of hit a bit of a rut creatively for a start, which is never good. They happen, creative block happens, but that coupled with everything else going on was just bad timing, I guess. So I hit a bit of a creative rut. But at the same time, when everything slowed down, because I've been so busy for the past 4 or 5 months, I didn't know how to be slow. I didn't know how to relax or think or not be doing something 24/7, because I literally have been doing things 24/7 for months on end. Like I've barely slept. I've been on my phone 12 hours a day. I've really been busy, and now that things are calming a little, I didn't really know what to do. So that's where I've been for a week. Longer than a week probably, but certainly this past week with other things that have gone on. That's where I've been mentally kind of not sure what to do with myself and feeling a little stuck as everything kind of calms. Which is ironic because it was supposed to be a good thing, and it's kind of been difficult for me to adjust to. It is a good thing, but it's been difficult to adjust to. That's probably the best way of putting it. Secondly, the situation in the UK right now, when we almost didn't have a plan to get out of lockdown and things like that, it was weird for me because it felt better, because I was just like, okay, we're in lockdown, that's it. Now we have a plan to get out of lockdown. I'm struggling with a few things. It's great. It's really great. But it's still a little while away, so I'm kind of like, okay, can we get back to normal life now? But also still realising there's a few months to go yet, so I'm kind of in that limbo stage where I'm ready, but the world isn't ready to open up yet, so I'm a bit like, okay, where am I? And similarly, it's been almost 18 months since the world was normal, and in that time, my life has hit the two polar extremes of not wanting to be here anymore, the lowest I've ever been, and the highest I've ever been. And those stages, it wasn't just once, like both those have happened multiple times. I've hit several highs and several real lows. And I don't know what my normal life looks like anymore. I went into lockdown just this nobody knew who I was, and I was very depressed. Recently depressed, having gone through a breakup like a month before, and lockdown luckily gave me a chance to deal with that. Am I going to be okay going back into normal life now that I obviously have quite a big presence on the internet, and did I ever deal with that depression and things like that? And are the highs I'm currently in now going to stick around when the world opens up again? Which I hope they do, and I think they will, but it's a concern of mine. And when I'm in this limbo-like state, these are the things I'm thinking about. Thirdly, I have put back my move. I'm no longer moving in the next month. I've pushed it back at least 4 months, maybe longer, I don't know. So I'm kind of in a place where my home doesn't feel like a home right now, because I don't know whether to pack everything into boxes or accept that I'm going to be here a little while and unpack everything. So I'm still trying to decide where I am, physically as well as mentally, if that makes sense. That, along with a few people who aren't so great for me coming back into my life and then leaving again, and just some people not treating me great fairly recently, it all kind of got on top of me, and my brain didn't have space to breathe. I didn't have space to breathe. I was being crushed by a million different things while still trying to maintain everything I've had going on. So yeah, this week I kind of took a step back from everything. Not even intentionally. I think I just got so overwhelmed that I just shut down. And kind of luckily just stopped. For about 3 days, I stopped kind of in a negative way. I just crashed and didn't know what to do. And then yesterday, Sunday, I deliberately stopped, paused, and got everything sorted, and I'm in a much better place now. But yeah, essentially I'd let everything go. My mental well-being, my physical well-being, my diet, my environment, my room was a state. I was clearly not looking after myself, so yesterday I changed all of that. So now hopefully we're through the depressing part of this video, and I can tell you what happened yesterday and where things are going to go from now on. So yesterday I took my first day off since I said I'd take Sundays off 2 months ago. This was my first actual day off as far as an Ash Valmont day off can go. I didn't message hardly anyone back. I didn't look at hardly any of my social media. I didn't check on anything. I went outside. I dropped off some stuff with a friend who I haven't seen in like 7 months. I had to give them some things to give to another friend of ours who's having a baby. Did it all safely, of course. I went to the shops, I cooked food, and I filmed some content, some TikTok content I'm very proud of. You'll see those coming out today and through the rest of this week. Because when I was in that mental headspace, I was just throwing out TikToks that I wasn't massively proud of. I just needed to get something out there. I took a day to film some really good content that I hope you guys enjoy, because I'm certainly very proud of it. And that'll be coming soon. I caught up with my best friend in America for the first time in a few days. I had a movie night. I really just took a day to myself where I got on top of everything. I got a million things on my to-do list done. I tidied my environment. I ate properly. I sorted out my mental health and my physical health. And I feel good. I feel like a 10-ton weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm now back. I'm good. And things are going to be back to how they were in a even more positive way than they were before, because I'm feeling on top of everything right now, and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling excited. By the time this video is posted, I will have had the conversations that I need to have today. I'm going to have some very positive conversations today about exactly what I just told you guys about. So not being sure about what to do with the move. Do I make myself at home here for the next 6 months or start prepping? I'm going to have those conversations today and hopefully have an answer by this evening, get some advice from some friends and things like that. And yeah, that's essentially one of the things on my to-do list now. Just those remaining few things on my to-do list. I'm gonna tick them all off, put out this content I'm proud of for you guys, put out this video and let you guys know what's been going on with me. And yeah, I'll be firing on all cylinders. You can probably tell from my mood, I'm already mostly there, and by the end of today, I'll be fully there, and I'm excited. So yeah, that kind of covers off my reasons for wanting to tell you guys all of this. I wanted to be honest with you, but also I wanted to put this out there in the spirit of being honest, not just to explain why I've been struggling, but also to show you just how quickly you can get on top of things when you are struggling, and just how quickly you can feel back to your old self, or even better than your old self, and in a more positive, healthy mood than you have been for quite some time. Just by taking a step back, taking some time for yourself, getting on top of everything that's worrying you, and yeah, just looking after yourself for once. You can't pour from an empty cup, and I was trying to. I give that advice to so many people. You can't pour from an empty cup, and yeah, I forgot it myself. My cup is now very much full, and I can be the Ash Valmont you need me to be, and the Ash Valmont I need to be, and I want to be. So yeah, I promise you, even I have tough times, and they get better. Usually a lot quicker and easier than you would ever expect them to. I promise. Thank you guys for sticking with me this long. I know this is a weird video, out of my usual comfort zone and out of my usual kind of content type. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next, hopefully far more cheery video. Love you guys. Bye.